Sometimes talking about people's strategies, which is really the steps that people go through in order to accomplish anything, is one of the hardest things to talk about, but one of the most effective things you can actually do with a client. And in NLP we have two things, something called the meta model, which is a way of asking questions based on our client's language, and something called strategies. And the strategy is simply, where do you start, where do you go next, how do you know when to finish? Between those two question sets, we can get people to explore, almost exploring what they do unconsciously, and gradually bring it up into consciousness. This is to say, it's not terribly a precise process. It's a sort of, sometimes you have to ask the same question a number of ways to get the information to come up. And a little bit of a strategy will come up, then another little bit, then the third bit will be. However, it is tremendously powerful. It can be just by asking very simple questions about what somebody does now. It becomes obvious to them that there are ways they can change what they do now to get much better results. And it's often much more effectively that I don't give them the answer or any suggestions themselves, but by getting them to explore it, by getting them to fully realize what they're doing now, it becomes both obvious to them what they could improve, but also from somebody that's listening to them, I'm able to build on the strategies, build on their strengths that they do now, and use some of their skills to further improve what they do. And it's something you can't necessarily do from a book, because actually it's just listening to the person in front of you and building on what they already do now. Can be tremendously effective. We've now got what somebody wants, what they're doing at the moment. And as I've mentioned before, often if we explore both those two things, it will become apparent both to our client and to the practitioner ways in which the client could be helped to improve better results. Now, what I might do is a particular NLP technique. But as far as this DVD goes, I want to make the point actually that the best way of getting results is where you don't actually have to do a technique, because in exploring in detail what somebody wants, to get somebody more motivated about it, to get them to be able to picture it, to see what the results are, to be able to feel the results, and getting them to explore the detailed behaviors that they do at the moment, it will become totally apparent some very simple things that they can do that will improve their performance.